Pause कर दो.
Oh, yeah.
Like comfortable. It's much easier for someone who doesn't have generic pronouns or something like he, him, or she, her to actually, like, basically it's the idea that you don't just assume someone's pronouns, you ask them their pronouns instead of just assuming it.
So if you call me she, I might get offended, right?
Okay, that's fine. What are your pronouns? What are your preferred pronouns?
No. I'm just asking a general question. If you don't ask me, like, how do you like yourself to be called as? I was like, oh, I like myself as he. But if you don't ask me, there are chances that I might get upset. Then I might block you from my Instagram. Then I might block you from my WhatsApp, right?
Exactly. So that's the general idea that if you ask someone, then you know what their preferred pronouns are.
That is what my point is. Why do we have to specify?
It's fine. Like, even if you don't want to, like, if someone is not comfortable with that.
I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about generally on the whole queer level, that why quantifying it to such a level, or why putting it onto a level of scale where you have to say yourself as something. हम girls को तो नहीं पूछते ना जाके कि आपको he बोले या she बोले. Obviously she's a girl, she.
So that's exactly that, not assuming and kind of asking, because basically a lot of people, and if you're questioning pronouns in like entirety, I did that for the longest time also. So if you're doing that also, then.
So pronouns are like, I don't know, it's a too much of a westernized concept, I would say, that people have started taking he, she, it. आप Instagram पे देखिए, लोगों को मालूम ही नहीं है कि इसका meaning क्या है, and then they start using he, she, it just because they want to promote the LGBTQI++ kind of a stigma-oriented society, where they do not even know what it means for, and they do not even know that what rainbow means, right? And just because it was Pride Month, just because it might get them some little bit of followers, just because it might get them a little bit of interest in different kind of category of people, they might choose it.
Yeah,
just
so
be
performative
Instagram, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's performative activism. I've seen a lot of people do it. It's really sad.
So मजाक नहीं बना लेते LGBTQ का? What do you think, guys?
I think it's just the fact if people are doing it like that, like a lot of people also make fun of people using pronouns. Like they will do like nor/mil to kind of say that we are normal. But that's what normal is not the same for everyone.
अब आप you might know about MILFs, right? Mills. So mills कभी लिखती हैं क्या Instagram पे? Pimps कभी लिखते हैं क्या Instagram पे that we are pimps? Contact us. Then why we writing it? चलो ठीक है, LGBT को flag लगा दिया, fine, makes sense. ठीक है, जैसे for example me, I started using it recently just because of this Pride month. Otherwise, I have just London and Indian flag because I reside in both the countries. Otherwise, I did not have any gender quantifying flag on me. Or why do we have trans flags representing our identity? आप Instagram profile खोल के देख लीजिए, you'll realize that it's super gay profile, right? So my basic point of consideration over here is like we people are what do you think? We are just complicating the things, है ना? Do you think am I making sense to you guys?
Yes, totally.
है ना?
Someone, yeah.
Yeah. रुशिल, आपको तो देख ले हम ही him को, आपकी तो शक्ल नहीं देखी.
Actually, he's not well today.
I'm not attending the webinar as a panelist. I'm just allowed to talk because I'm.
अरे तो शक्ल तो दिखाना तो allowed होगा. At least let me see who all are here, who are basically, or you're not allowed to show because you're just the.
Yeah, I'm an attendee, so I can't turn on my camera.
Oh, who are you? That's fine. And Mr. Ane, you are a panelist as well.
Yes, that's it.
Okay, namaskar. आप क्या करते हैं?
So I'm a student, 11th grade, JPIS. I'm a student.
Okay, you all are students, क्या?
Yes, that's it.
Which school?
JPIS, Jashir Beriwal International School.
Oh, okay. सारे लोग एक साथ? Okay, I was coming as a teacher over there. for English literature. आपकी प्रिंसिपल मोहतरमा मिली थी हमको एक फैशन शो के अंदर, and I was like, who's she? And she was like, oh, lovely Sari, and I was like, thank you so much, ma'am. And I did not know her because I've heard about her name a lot, but I did not know how she looks like. Then I was like, my friends were like, and I was like, "Pehle kyun nahi bataya?" Then I was like, but yeah, चालू करें क्या? कोई और आएगा?
Yes, we can officially start now.
Okay, cool. Am I having enough of light on me, or do you want some flashlights? Like, boom.
No, it's all perfect. Yeah.
Do you want some plants over here? मेरे आसपास plants लगाओ नहीं?
So, welcome to today's Kicking Gender Boundaries webinar. We are an organization committed to bringing about a change towards inclusivity in different fields, as well as in schools through a series of webinars and competitions. Visit our Instagram at Kicking Gender Boundaries to learn more about our projects. Good evening, everyone. Today we have with us Mr. Karan Vig. Mr. Vig is an Indian fashion designer from Jaipur, India. He's also a stylist, a runway choreographer, feature writer, and a board of director for Rage New Fashion magazine. After completing his graduation in English literature from University of Westminster, London, his interest in fashion designing bloomed and sprouted wings under London Fashion Week. Initially, he began his journey as a blogger, then became a model. Today, he owns his eponymous fashion label, Karan Vig Couture. Thank you for being with us today, sir. Looking forward to hearing about your journey.
Thank you so much, Ms. Bani, for introducing me so well. And thank you and welcome to all the panelists over here. And I'm expecting and eager to showcase my words and whatever knowledge I have regarding the LGBTQI++, so that people should be aware what it actually means and where it comes from. Thank you so much for having me here.
I think we're going to start off by a easy but mind-making question. What would you consider your biggest accomplishment to be?
I think coming out of the closet, because you know what people think is that okay, just a little example first, because I'm a teacher, so I go by examples. That's water. If you have some water in your brain, take it as a bad memory, take it as a bad experience, right? It fits into your brain, and then after 10 days it melts away and it goes into your subconscious mind. The water becomes ice. Why? Right now it's in the present conscious mind, and then all of a sudden it goes to the subconscious mind, and the water state, the liquid state, has now become to a solid state. If you throw water on somebody, nobody gets hurt. But if you throw ice on somebody, somebody will get hurt, right? Boom, right? You get red eyes. Similarly, if you have a heavy heart, which is just like ice, when it comes out, it will burst out into such a tremendous agony that probably you guys will not be able to tolerate it. That's the only reason the time we have until it is in the form of liquid, release it out. Tell it to people. If you want to apologize to somebody, release it until it is in the water state. If you want to talk to somebody, if you want to propose somebody, release it until it is in the water state. The moment it becomes something as a solid state, trust me, it's gonna hurt you when it comes out. So the best moment of my life was when I came out of the closet wearing a sari in one of the sari exhibitions, which was run by Sari Man of India, Mr. Himanshu, who is the first Sari Man of India. And he was my source of inspiration. And I never thought that I would be wearing a sari. And all of a sudden, I went to the exhibition, which was organized by him. And I was like, I might be wearing dhotis only in my lifetime. But I was really, you guys might not know, I love white. So So I'm a White Inner Pearls fan. So as you can see. So and he showed me a beautiful white Asmi sari, and he was like, "Why don't you want to try it?" I was like, I don't think that I'm ready for wearing a sari at the moment. He was like, come on, come on. And it was few days ago only that I said that, oh, no, I won't be wearing a sari. But yes, I wore it. I came out of the closet wearing a sari. Trust me, I was so relieved. And then when I started using Instagram, when I went to London for the first time in 2015, that I felt myself as so relaxed, no boundaries, no onus upon me, no responsibilities, no shuns, nothing. It's just like you shun away everything in such a beautiful way that you realize that, thank God, it happened. So yes, coming out of the closet is one of the best memories of my life.
Right. So what is something that keeps you going throughout the day? Something that keeps you motivated to go through the day, face everyone, and face everything that is going on in the world. Something
I
that keeps you motivated.
Yeah, I think one of the basic knowledge which is given to people is like listen from one and one of the ears and remove it from the others. But trust me, darlings, it doesn't work this way. If you're living in a joint family, one of the family members says something wrong to you, trust me, it's going to make its home in your head forever and ever until the last day of your life. You're going to remember that somebody did something to me. And how can you say that it doesn't work? So something which keeps you motivated is start ignoring. Ignoring in such a way that first start being humble. Oh my God, that's a poor, unintelligent person. He doesn't know what has to be done. He doesn't know what LGBTQI plus means. I think I have the liberty and right to educate them. But let's think that they're not going to be educated. So Instagram has given us one of the best options, block. Somebody is rude to you, block, 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 block. WhatsApp, somebody is rude to you, block, 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 block. Remove. Delete that person from your Facebook. Similarly, in your life, remove that person from your life. Why do you think that you should have 10,000 friends in your friend list? Oh my God, I have 5,000 friends in my Facebook, right? Facebook itself limits people to 5,000, right? You don't need to have so many friends. You don't need to have so many WhatsApp contacts. Trust me, sit tonight, open up your WhatsApp contacts, remove 10 people from your list. You're like, why is this person watching my status every day? I don't think that he's really important in my life. So that thing keeps me on removing people from my life every day whom I think are not necessary, gelling up with those whom I really think are good to me, whom I really think are humble, down to earth, godly people, because I'm a follower of Krishna, I'm an ISKCON follower. I need people to be humble, good, gentle, nice, and meek, basically. We try to become servant of God. At least you should have that servience in you that you can be servant of somebody. Somebody wishes me happy birthday, which like thousands of people were wishing me yesterday. I did not only write thank you so much. I wrote if I've done any mistake in my life, if I've given you anything which was not good, if I've given you any sore treatment, my humble apologies on my birthday. You need this thing to keep you on, right? Why do you need third person to tell you that this is not what you're doing right? Okay? You do your own stuff. I do my own stuff.
Okay, so talking about people who kind of, toxic people in your life, people who you kind of want to ignore and kind of cut off, was there any backlash that you kind of faced when you came out of the closet? Were there any people you found it difficult to deal with? And if yes, how exactly did you deal with that? Because coming out of the closet can be a pretty frightening experience for a lot of people. So how did you kind of deal with it?
As it is tough for people, it was tough for me as well. But the best thing was the moment I came out to people, to my family basically, that was the peak time that I had to go London, 2015. My family read my diary. I was a really avid writer of a diary. Dear diary, good morning. Just because being a literature student, no, you have a habit of venting everything out. You know what Annie Frank does? Annie Frank used to have a diary, and she used to write her diary on a regular basis. And she said that she is my only best friend. I mean, the diary. That's my only best friend. Why? Because it's one reciprocation relationship. That person, that diary is not going to answer me back. You can tell it everything. It's going to keep your secrets. But I did not know that my diary could be read by people. So my family read it all of a sudden, and I hid it somewhere, which was taken out. So, if you start hiding something, your family gets suspicious about fishy things going on, right? So that is what happened, and my family realized about it, and they read. And then I think in a few months I had to move to London, so I think I was okay. I did not go to that trouble. Once I was called for a talk show in Josh Talks, if you might have heard about that, right? It's a very big celebrity platform where people going through troubled times. It's just like TEDx Talks, right? So after my TEDx, I had to go to this talk, and people were asking me to uh, bring that apathy in your talk, Karan. Bring that sadness which you have gone through. And I was like, I've not gone through anything. And they were like, okay, like Harish Iyer, he has gone through so much of pangs, and like I said, nothing has happened with me. Trust me, Sachi, God swear. Like, if somebody has thrown a stone on me, I've thrown 10 stones back to him. Sorry to say, I'm a bitch. Hello. If you start thinking that, okay, Krishna himself took Sudarshan Chakra when the ultimate speaking of the bad words of 100 was overpassed. Then who are you? You cannot control something. You cannot have such a level of tolerance in you that you can be like, chill, yeah. No, you cannot. You have to go out and tell it to people that, dude, time up. Stop means stop. If you girls don't do it, every day there will be rapes. If boys who are less strong in their physical abilities, if they don't do it, they would be said something or the other every day. Why being a piece of mock to people in society? Go speak it up. So if it was not an easier option of me to go to abroad and live my life and to come out of the closet wearing shoes, jewelry, accessories, Chanel, Gucci, Sonora, and all kind of stuffs, I think I would not have been able to compromise with my own sexual orientation. Because if I consider myself back in 2014, I would say that I used to call myself as bisexual, not even having ever seen a girl nude. I was like, oh, I'm bisexual. just. And my friends used to say like, stop hiding it. I was like, no, I'm not hiding. But then I realized when I went out, so that dude, nothing has happened with me. Nothing has happened. So why am I hiding? So one of my friends, so-called friends, messaged me yesterday, and he was like, oh, need to show me some XXX pictures and all of somebody else. And I was like, I thought he was straight. You know what he said? 95% of male in today's society are homosexuals or bisexuals. And I said, darling, you are incorrect here. 99% of the people are hiding their sexuality of the societal pressures. So just to put you correct, you are gay, you need to marry a girl because the mother wants you to marry a girl, because your dad wants you to marry a girl. I know a typical feminine guy, so feminine nature, not even butch at a single percent. He got married to a girl. And I'm like, is the girl blind? Is the girl really blind that she is marrying a female? I don't understand that. If you would have your own daughters getting married to another daughters, think of your sisters, think of your brothers. Why are you ruining the second person's life who has nothing to do just because of your family rules and regulations, your family's reputation? Why should I take myself under the drudgery, and why should I have the onus of living your life by your rules? My life? I don't.
I think that's a great statement to live by.
Exactly.
Yes, totally. And who is one celebrity you really want to style or design something for?
Rekha ji. Obviously, that was an obvious answer to me. Um, I think she has been a real great inspiration to me. First thing I hate her for is that she doesn't use Instagram, so that I could personally message her. At least her personal assistant could see the message. She doesn't use it. So even if you're so famous, you need to take appointments to meet her. Because I remember Kapil Sharma going to her home, and he had to go through so many securities to meet her. And then he describes it in one of his joke shows that Kapil Sharma's night with Kapil, something like that. So he was telling it that when he was entering the home of the queen, it was like she was sitting like a royal princess in the sixth room of the home, and there were bodyguards here, there. And as soon as he enters, and she's like, "That's the royalty. That's the royalty. You see the princess of Jaipur? You can see her spotting in Jaguar. Hey, she's there. But you can't spot Rekha ji this way, right? You like get goosebumps when you see her Instagram fan pages moments because she's quite regular at Manish Malhotra's house, right? So you see her on a regular basis wearing white silk and she's gorgeous in every way. You see her in saris, suits, whatever. She's the princess walking down the earth. I consider nobody else at par with her, basically. So yes, she.
Why is it that you admire her so much?
Sorry.
Why is it that you admire her so much?
Sari has a grace which everybody cannot handle. I have seen few other actresses. I won't name them just because I don't want to be controversial. That who have tried copying Rekha ji. She's eternal. I've seen few people who have kept their name as Rekha on Instagram, wearing saris. They're not at all, not at all, not at all, even a single bit equal to Rekha. You don't even look like her. You don't dress like her. You don't talk like her. You talk SHIT. You talk BS. And then you call yourself as Rekha ji. Sorry. She's that epitome of excellence and grace. Even people, when they call me Rekha ji, I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm not her. I cannot be her. You can try to be like her. You can try to be like a copy of her. You can try to be just a little similar to her, but you cannot be Rekha. So before using your name to her, think of, can you become like Krishna? Yes, because I take participation in Mahabharata now on my school roles, and I look like Krishna. Dude, there's a guy on Instagram who becomes Krishna these days on serials, full of attitude. I tagged him few times. He did not share my story, dude. And girls tag him, and he shares the stories. And like Krishna would never do such a partiality. So you can get the sense, right? If you become like her in every sense, right? Not only by the looks, but by action, by the deeds, by the words, by the way she sings, the way she talks. Her every word is like a pearl falling down from the sky, from the deep depths of oceans. It's like you cannot, it's very fathom deep. You cannot even gratitude it. You cannot even, quantify it. Then how can you call yourself as Rekhaji? So she is the epitome of success, grace, beauty to me.
I would definitely agree, sir. So she has been an idol for us as well. We haven't
Exactly.
seen her
Millions.
back.
I would say millions. I think she would never even see me or never even think of me in her lifetime. But at least I call myself proud that I'm real big diehard fan of her. If I see her, I'll be like, can I touch you once?
Definitely, sir. Definitely. So, how do you think fashion industry can be more inclusive?
More what?
How do you think fashion industry can be more inclusive?
Fashion industry has always been inclusive. Um, uh, the question should be, how do you think that countrymen, people, should become inclusive? I design whatever. I know Rigvida as through her mother, Monica Boraji. She's a very, very dear friend of mine. She's a very loud fashion designer who, designs gold. Dude, you need courage to wear her garments. When I see her garments, when I see her store, when I see her beautiful garments, I feel like Moon, I really like this garment. And she's like, Karan, you can only carry it. I wore one of her saris in Elite Fashion Show in Jaipur when I was a judge. And honestly, I was like, I'm not sure if I'm going to do justice with your sari. And she was like, Karan, you're going to wear it. I'm like, all right, I did. And then she was inclusive. I was inclusive. The people around me were inclusive. The people on my Instagram friend list were inclusive. The people who were not following me were inclusive. The people who were haters, they were exclusive. They were the ones who need to be inclusive. They were the one who need to understand the reality. They are the ones who really need to be understanding the fact that fashion industry does not require your rules and regulations. People say that, okay, how many of you know Alexander McQueen? Alexander McQueen? No? Okay. Fashion designer. If you Google the designs of Alexander McQueen, you'll be like, who's gonna wear that? Those were the designs which were totally out of the universe, and they're all what do you call that? I'm missing the term over here because I have a very poor memory. So they are all those. There's a French term for that. Anyway, we can cut that part. So there's a French term for that, which you call that. It's a fashion where it's avant-garde. Yeah, it's avant-garde fashion where you design what you like to wear. Consider a little example. Yeah, I hope I'm not boring you guys with the lecture. Yeah, it girls. Consider a little example where you're a painter. Beautiful painting. And what is the painting about? Donkey eating grass. Look at the donkey. Oh, beautiful donkey. Look at the grass, so green. Oh, look at the white blade grass there as well. And somebody will like, what's new in that? Okay, how many of you know Mr. Bean? You might have seen his movie on one of the paintings of American paintings, which he ruined. What was in that painting? You know what? He said a very true statement that day. He said, that's a very ugly looking mother of one of the generals that, but the best thing is he loved his mother. That's why he created the painting. Yay, nothing. And I was like, that is the point. You don't understand the ugly lady. You don't understand the ugly lady, but I understand her because I can see the deeper meaning in it. Mother can never be ugly. Considering the point of view of the designer, considering the point of view of the painter, you can never judge somebody. There's something called subjectivity. This iPhone is, to me, it's like, oh my God, it's a jewel, it's a precious jewel to me. Your iPhones are jewels to you. But if you do not have Pro, you like success. For others, it might be just an item. For you, it's a precious thing. You know the value of your art. You know the value of your creation. If I create a gown, if Rigveda's mother creates a gown, she knows the value of it. She knows the worth of it. I might say, what is she making? What is she wearing? But she's a designer. If she has the guts enough to carry it the way she can, hats off. If I have the way to carry my saris, dude, I don't give a shit. So the inclusivity of the fashion will only, was it the inclusivity question, right? Yeah. So the inclusivity of the garments would only come when Alexander McQueen's garments can be worn. It's what is fashion? It's an art, right? It's an art exhibition. So if you call it as an kind of a John Donne's theory of metaphysical poetry. Metaphysical poetry is talk about two different images yoked together with violence. Like two different images are yoked together with violence. Your thoughts and the writer's thoughts are yoked together with violence. I did not understand that. But the writer knows it very well what he's doing. The poet knows it very well he's doing. The designer knows what very well he's doing. And he knows. How many of you guys know Met Gala? How many of you seen the garments there? How many of you know this this African guy whose name I'm forgetting, the gay guy in Met Gala who wore Billy Porter? How many of you know him? It's a homework to you guys. Google Billy Porter, you will see the garments he is wearing, and honestly, you'll be like thrilled. You'll be thrilled to see that. The only reason behind it, he knows what he's wearing. He knows what he's gonna do. He wore a nice big Elizabethan and Egyptian garment, big gold garment with feathers. And he came like an Egyptian mummy in a palanquin weared by 4 men. I was like, whoa, that's fashion. If he knows how to carry it, you're nobody to judge him, dude. You're nobody to judge him. If you know how to, the basic thing of the fashion, of the definition of the fashion is you should be comfortable in your own skin. Once you are, you can probably wear bikinis and walk on the streets as you want. Nobody can judge you. Go to the Western countries, go to the parks outside. People wear bikinis and they walk on the street, they walk in the parks. But here, if you wear something off shoulder, people are like, oh, your skin, you're responsible for it. I understand. But you need to be strong when you're carrying that. Just because you live in a country which I don't want to be exclusive about.
I agree, like fashion, like if you understand the meaning, like I really like Met Gala because it's not like conventional fashion shows. You need to come and explain what your outfit actually means, and there's a theme. Like last year it was camp, and everybody was coming and explaining their outfits, and it was fun to get the designer's perspective on it. So
that singer, what's the name? The one who's wearing the pink garment? I'm very bad with names. I'm so sorry. Take the names of the singers, the famous singers.
think Lady Gaga, she changed
Yeah,
her.
yes, Lady Gaga. Yeah.
Cool gowns.
So she came in a big pink gown and she went back in a lingerie.
Yeah, she changed 4 times. I saw.
And the way she carries her garments bloody. Nobody can do it. Nobody can do it. Nobody stands face to face with her. Nobody. That's fashion. That's fashion.
Moving on to the next question. What is one piece of advice you would like to give to your 15-year-old self?
If I have a son, I don't like kids. If I have a son, I would. Well, that's a good question because I never thought of having a son. So let me just think. First of all, I'll teach him to be kind to animals, to older generation, and I won't teach him to be kind to girls because girls have got so many rights. You don't need to teach them for that. They're born with that. They know. If you talk, I'm not being a racist or gender stereotyped or feminist here, that women reservation should go on. Trust me, and so many girls are here getting so many rights in the bill. If she's a pregnant woman, oh ma'am, please have a seat. If a girl is being raped or not even raped, not even touched in a train where there's no electricity, and a girl shouts, ouch! You turn on the light, the boy next to her is gone without any charges. Women have so many rights, trust me. But they're exercising it to a certain level, which I'm not talking about certain areas where women are not given right to education. They're just being born and brought up at home. So these are backward areas. You need to improvise the locality, right? You don't need to make more rights for women. There are so many rights already. You go to your home, you cannot talk to your wife if she's angry. Where do you need rights? So advice to my kid would be to be gentle, to be kind to animals and to the older generation. Because when I see people disrespecting their mothers, killing their dogs, you might have seen one of the Kerala videos recently being viral on Instagram. The guy was beating a dog like shit, and I was like, I couldn't control my tears, and I was like, Krishna, bless him, like bless that poor soul. The way he was been beaten up, like, can you hang a dog and beat him like anything? Nobody talks about them. No, honestly, nobody. You talk on the street dogs, they're roaming like anything. Cows, they are gaumata, okay, respecting them. Dogs, they're just stray dogs. Remove them from the locality. They're also lives, na? And in one of the earlier videos in Punjab, there was a guy who was beating a dog brutally, and the dog was bruised and was gushing with bloods everywhere. And I was like, literally, I was like, if I would have been here there, and I would have killed that person. Honestly, I would have like given the same treatment which he was giving to the dog. Like, look, if you are grown up in such a way where you don't know how to treat properly to a older generation and to animals, I'm so sorry. And I'm not going to teach him gender sensitivity because he's already being raised in such a way that where there are two fathers. And in present generation, in which he would be there after 15 years or 20 years, he would being gay and being lesbian would be normal. Being having two fathers, two mothers would be really normal, I suppose so. Because at least in 15 years, if we cannot teach people to be normal, to be having the normalizing LGBTQ talks, because we guys are organizing so many talks these days. So then, hail that we have been stupid going to Mars and Jupiter and Moon. That if we can be so progressive in scientific terms, why cannot be so progressive in psychology, right?
I totally agree with you, sir. Even I read news about, dogs, like someone tied a street dog to their car and then dragged the dog.
There was a video on Instagram where an old uncle, stupid uncle, I would say, was beating a dog outside a home, and one of the girls was making a video. Why are you beating that dog? Oh, he was shouting at my home. He was barking at my home. Like, stupid barking. Why are you talking? You're also barking if it's to be said. Why does a dog bark? If he sees somebody else, somebody strange, if he's so hungry or what? They're not stupid. They're barking. Like, "Bah, bah, bah, bah." They're not gonna bark without any reason. Do you talk without any reason? You talk because you have a reason. They talk because they have a reason. End of the story, na? So teach your kids to be gentle and kind to Homo sapiens and animals,
Yes, I
especially
do.
dogs.
One last question. Who do you consider your biggest role model to be?
Hmm. I okay, which as a normal saying goes, my mother as a role model because she has taught me to be a very Krishna conscious person, devoted to Lord Krishna, doing bhakti in a very proper way that you propagate um, humility. The germination of peace comes from within you. The germination of happiness comes from within you. It doesn't come out from it's not the offspring of somebody else. It's your offspring. It's your progeny. It's your posterity. So my mother, my role model, and yes, I think me myself. I see myself every day in the mirror like itni sundar hu main. I'm kush. I don't say anything else. So you need to be your role model. Right? If you do not feel pride in yourself, nobody else is going to feel pride in you. If you do not feel you are the most beautiful mirror, mirror on the wall, why do you need somebody else to tell you? That stupid cross old lady was so stupid that she used to ask somebody else who is the most beautiful lady in the world. And then one day it was telling the truth and she felt infuriated. So why are you waiting for somebody else to infuriate you? Infuriation rises anger, anger rises water, water rises ice, ice will give you bruising. Myself and my mother.
I love it that you've come full circle and now everything's like coming together with the ice example and the stars.
Hannah, thank you.
Thank you so much for giving us an overview of your journey and taking out some time from your busy schedule. It was such an informative webinar, and I'm sure that we all learned a lot about the LGBTQ community and how we can become who we desire to be. And thank you to all the people who attended this session, and hope you all learned a lot and enjoyed it.
Thank you so much, Rigbida, for giving a nice word of thanks. Because I would definitely say that this was really a busy schedule of mine. Because honestly, I had slots of mine ready, one after the other, and my manager was also busy. He's running at a different place somewhere, organizing my other important event, which is not in this city. So he was holding because that's why the talk was. That's why I didn't get the link as well. That's why I asked Rick Vidya to send me. So yes, it was really a busy schedule, but all that ends well. It was a really wonderful session. I love to see such beautiful faces over here, such intelligent people, such beautiful faces, such pretty faces, such handsome boys. and one of the guys whom I cannot see. So, and honestly, you guys have been doing such a beautiful thing that you guys are teaching people that what actually it means, that we create a posterity, we create a generation where people are really informed about gender gender types. So that I'll end with one statement that, you know, which is a kind of message to all the allies of the LGBTQI plus community, that we know we have so many rainfalls in our life. No? It is a nice weather outside as well. It's raining outside. So we know there's a rainfall. We know there's a thunderstorm. We know there's scorching heat. We know there's a lot of wintry weather. But then there's a beautiful rainbow as well. And waiting for everybody of us, opening its arms big enough to welcome us all. You might have seen a beautiful rainbow. And trust me, you guys will be seeing it like this. Amazed with the beauty, amazed with the beauty of nature. That is what rainbow does. And that is what LGBTQI plus community represents. Shukriya.
Thank you so much once again. So,
You're welcome, everybody. Thank you, Ibani. Thank you, Tia. Thank you, Ananya. Thank you, Rigveda. Thank you, Jisha. Thank you, Rashil. And thank you, others. And thank you, XYZ, whom I don't know, are working at the back office. And thank you so much for having me.